Welcome to MC Knitting Adventures. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us. Now on today's video, it's just going to be a short video, but we're going to talk about the Farmers Market on King Street in London, Ontario. It's actually called the Western Fair District Market. Now we'll talk a little bit about the market, but we really do want to showcase knits by Terry Louise Woods. That was our whole purpose in going to the market, because we do have the knitting podcast, as you know, and it's all about knitting. But we do want to showcase Terry's store, and we'll get to that. It was a great day. It is in London, like I said. The hours of the market are from Saturday 8 to 3 and Sunday from 10 to 2. The hours aren't really long. Like, it's a great space. Terry's in her 70s, I think she said. Mm-hmm. And you know, it doesn't tie her down too much, but it gives her the opportunity to have a market and be an entrepreneur, which is awesome.
Exactly.
And if you watch the video all the way through, that we have a little video of the market itself, and if you watch the video all the way through, at the end we'll give you some tips on what we think, what Colleen and I think would be great to do a booth or a little market. Some things that you need to keep in mind for your booth.
Sounds great.
So let's just put that video in so it gives you an idea what we're talking about. And when you're done viewing the video, come on back and we'll talk about Terry's knits.
Well, it was a snowy day when we decided to go to the market.
But very pretty.
It was pretty. Exactly. The roads were great.
This is what caught my eye, was the birdhouses when we first went in. And then it's just like, you know, your typical market downstairs that has the fruits, the vegetables, the baked goods, the sauces.
I know. Oh, meat.
Yes.
The butcher shop.
There was a lot of butcher shops at this market.
Absolutely.
And there you are, Colleen. I found you. There's the lady with the tea. Of course, there's a coffee shop downstairs. Another meat market, and then more vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables. So many things to see. Oh, plants too.
Mm-hmm. And there's even things for your pets. There was a few pet places. Fresh breads.
I don't know how we made it by that without getting any.
Homemade jams. Honey.
Oh, the gnomes. I love the gnomes. Had to go in and take a look at those.
There you are again, Colleen. Hello. Oh, there's a great little popcorn place there. Now we're heading upstairs, Colleen. Now the upstairs of this market is mostly like little boutiques.
Exactly. So there were purses, handmade purses, and there were antiques.
Clothing stores, a variety of different things, homemade things. Metal, woodworking.
Oh, some more gnomes. I see gnomes.
This lady here, she's here every week. I got a little chance to talk with her.
Wow. Oh, I love this coloring. That would be great for kids.
Now here is the finale. This is the finale. This is what we've been waiting for.
Terry Louise Knits.
Terry, give us a wave, Terry. There you are. Good to see you. Love it. Love talking to Terry. Had a great time talking to her. If you visit her store upstairs, she's right by the coffee shop.
Exactly.
Great location. Colleen, you can talk a little bit about all the knits she has.
Exactly. So she uses a lot of chunky yarn, which is great, especially when it was cold and snowy. But you can see that she's got hats and scarves. She's got a special poncho that she makes that people really like. And her design and her setup, if you take a look at that, she makes you see what you can do with what she has. So how pretty it would look over a white blouse, or how nice the poncho would be to wear. I really like the one to the right hand side of there with all the ruffles in there. She's got a hat bar.
I noticed that she took pictures of herself wearing it, so that gives you an idea of what that looks like.
Fantastic. I love her tags. And the pom-poms are really, really nice.
She also has, just seeing that sign there, she has a knitting class that she started too, that she was telling us about. Now she only has about 3 or 4 people learning to knit.
You know, sometimes she can take up to 6. She'll fit them in if she can.
Oh, perfect.
Exactly. Look at that. So once again, showing you how you can wear it.
Her booth was probably one of the nicer ones there. There are a lot of nice booths, but hers is one of the nicer ones. Very bright. Nice window.
Exactly. And she really has it set up well.
Mm-hmm.
Really, lots of good things to see. And she made me want to go home and knit some of the things that were there. So if I wasn't a knitter, this would be a great place to go. But as a knitter, I still think, oh, this is beautiful. I love that kind of shawl thing that's around with the blues. So pretty.
And for me, I noticed the display. Like, she's got the ladder, she's got coat racks, she's got bodies, she's got crates, different eye levels. Like, most of it was at your eye level.
Exactly.
So really put a lot of thought into it. It was just a great booth.
And the other thing she sells is wool wash, which is great because it helps you be able to take care of what you purchase there. That's another thing that's added. There she is. There we are.
Hello. Another great thing, Colleen, is because of her location, which is right by the coffee shop, which is a perfect location, is that you and I could not resist going to the coffee shop. And of course, we had to buy the baked goods downstairs when we were down there.
Of course we did, that's for sure.
And I had, if I remember correctly,
there's our coffee shop.
I had the apple pie, kind of a turnover thing, very freshly made.
Yes, it was lovely.
And then we had kind of a caramel covered, I don't know what that was.
It was so good.
It was really good. And there's the evidence right there.
Exactly. You can't hide it when you take a picture.
Great day. Thank you so much, Terry. Colleen and I enjoyed ourselves. And thank you for watching. Well, that was just a short little clip of what the market looks like. It just gives you an idea of what we're talking about when we're talking about it. And we're talking about Terry's Knits. Right. Yep. And Colleen can talk all about the knitting in Terry's store and what it was like for you being a knitter. Exactly. And what you thought. So
I had a lovely chat with Terry, and so first of all, I asked her when she started knitting, and she said she started knitting when she was about 14. So she did sewing, she did crocheting, she did knitting, but she kind of left it for a little while. And then what happened was she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I'm not telling tales out of school, it's on her website as well. There's a video with her speaking about that. And she needed something to do, something to help her get through, and so she turned to knitting. And what she did was she decided she was going to knit for the people that were helping her, people that were bringing her food, people that were taking to appointments. So she started knitting for those friends of hers to say thank you. And then what happened is those friends started saying, could we pay you to make something for us to give as a gift? And so because of that, Terry went, I bet you I could make a business at this. So then she started to think about making a business. And so she's been at the Western Fair Market for 5 years. And she's set up a beautiful booth. She's got her main things that she knits are accessories. So she has all kinds of different accessories. So she has hats and mittens and cowls and scarves, and she's really known for her perfect poncho, and she's got all kinds of different pictures about how you can wear that. You can go on her website, which is called knitsbytlw.ca. And so she's got all kinds of things. You can purchase things from her website as well. So she
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but okay. I found her very inspiring, real entrepreneur in her 70s. So it gives me, she just inspires me to do better and to do more.
Exactly.
And I'm not a knitter, and I felt inspired. So it's just exciting to see. And you know, and she's still a goer. She's still wanting to go, although she's in her 70s. She's still excited and excited about life and excited about
things. And I think we mentioned in the video, but I just want to mention it again. She does have classes for beginner knitters, and she usually tries to take about 5, but we were there. She was trying to figure out how to fit 6 people in her space, and so she is helping other people learn how to knit and to enjoy the craft of knitting, which is great.
Another thing I wanted to mention, now that she has grown her business, and even in the summer she says that she does sales. She sells things to visitors coming in from different provinces and different countries.
Yeah.
And also she said now that she's so busy, she has to employ a couple other knitters for her. So she doesn't do all the knitting by herself, but she does the majority of it, I would think.
Exactly. So, and she is a beautiful knitter. You can tell the things that she makes are great. Now, I asked her that question about what were her favorite knitting notions, and the first thing she said was a good pair of scissors. And I can relate to that. When you're out somewhere and you've got your knitting, you want to be able to have those scissors. And the other thing is her favorite needles are ChowGoo fixed circulars. She said she doesn't enjoy interchangeable sets, but she loves fixed circulars. And she said just the join's better, and she really enjoys those as well.
Now, to talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur and looking at people's craft booths,
Yes.
I just want to give a little idea of what you and I would think that a good craft booth would look like.
Exactly. And a lot of what we're going to talk about, you will have seen in Terry Louise Woods' booth.
Yes, she does a lot of the things that we think that you need in order to have a good craft booth.
Absolutely.
Number one thing would be good lighting.
Absolutely.
Number two, I think different levels, different heights.
Yes, exactly. And so she had shelves, she has things hanging up.
Coat racks.
Exactly.
Bodies.
And she doesn't just put a scarf up or a cowl up. She actually has like a shirt with a cowl over it. So
Right.
she lets you see how you could arrange it or how you could wear it.
Right. And all these things we talk about, not just in a knitting booth, but this goes for all booths, I think.
Exactly. I agree with
And
you.
you know, with the lighting, what I said, number one lighting thing there was, with lighting, you don't always need a plug anymore.
No,
We
that's
have
right.
bought some lighting things from Amazon
Right.
where it's, you charge them on your computer
Right.
and they will magnetically stick up different places. So
Exactly.
it gives the appearance of being lots
Yes,
of light
and you
there.
did that when you had
my
one of your
miniature
miniatures booth.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So lighting, different layers, eye level is always good. If you see a table, if you've ever gone to a market and you walk around at tables, your head's always down like that,
Right.
it's never really a good thing. So
Right.
the levels are
Want
really
different
good.
levels. Now, one thing that I think people in booths need to think about is just not. So let's say I'm selling my knitwear, my scarves and shawls and those kind of things. Like, what else should I be selling? And Terry Louise does this. So she has wool wash that she sells, which is fantastic. And the other thing that she has are baskets. And if you think about that, the baskets themselves are not only good for people who are knitters and want
Right.
to use the baskets to put their knitting in, but if I'm shopping at a market and I forgot to bring a bag and I like the look of that basket, I might buy one of those baskets so I can use it as my market
That's a
basket.
good point too. I like that.
Exactly. So it's good to think about what the people that are coming to your booth might need.
Right. And also a good flow. You don't want to be trapped. I went by one booth
Mm-hmm.
that was a table. There was all this stuff behind, but at the front there was this large table.
Oh.
And I didn't quite know how to get in. I never went to the back.
Oh,
and there was
okay.
like tons of space. So having like the kind of an open, welcoming, and an exit and an in. Because a lot
Right.
of times people don't want to talk. They just want to browse and they don't want to talk. Some people
Exactly,
do.
that's right, yeah.
But you want to give them that option and not that feeling of being confined in there.
Right.
So that's one thing I
Absolutely.
noticed there too. And I think just the basics. You know, if you have a tablecloth, it has to be like pristine.
Right,
It has to be
exactly.
clean, ironed. Those are just basic things.
Exactly.
Displayed well, if you can display it in a little way. That Terry's very good at that too. That her
Exactly,
displays
yeah.
were great. Little signage. A lot of
Yes.
that's another good thing for a booth to put the prices on things. And Terry's very
Exactly.
good about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So signage was important. She ticked off all the boxes of,
Yes, she
a
did.
booth. Like
Yeah,
I thought, but she,
absolutely.
like I said, that was her booth, and she was very inspiring because she did tick all the boxes.
Yes.
And she had a great sign of her business name.
Right.
Also, another thing, if you're thinking about having a booth, and what Terry did was she had a clipboard to put down your email.
Oh, right. I remember.
So when you come in, you can do that, and that's a good suggestion if you're planning on having something to get people's emails. You can email and check in with them, maybe
Right.
get some feedback.
Exactly.
So those are just some good tips that I found for having a booth. And
Absolutely.
Colleen and I are planning on having one at some point. Like we do have booths with my miniatures and different
Right.
things, and so we've learned a little bit through that.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have a knitting booth
As
also.
well. Exactly. So we're going to try and figure out how to put it all together.
Yes, and we're a
Woodworking,
little bit
knitters,
younger than
knitting.
Terry, so she does inspire that way, right?
Absolutely. That's for sure.
So, I hope you find this video helpful. I hope you take an opportunity to go on Terry's website, to go maybe visit the farmers market if you're ever in London. It's at the East End of London, which is not a bad spot to visit.
Yeah.
And go and say hi to Terry. Tell her May and Colleen sent you. And until next time.
You take care.